Hey guys, how's it going? McBilly Boy here. Uh, so this new guy, he's like an old dude, right? I guess he's been there for like 8 years, right? We had to work alongside him, and he doesn't say much, man. Like this old guy doesn't say shit. We're gonna name him Harley because I don't want to say his real name, but he's a good guy. Nothing against him, but he's just like this old cowboy, rugged kind of guy, right? Old Harley had a tough life. That son of a bitch. Nah, he's cool. But anyway, man, I was just trying to make this guy laugh like all day. I would try anything, right? And there was like, I was picking up garbage, right? And then I seen on the ground there was like piles of hair, and I swear to God, it looked like a witch's hair or something like that. I would like grab it and like just put it in the bucket because I have a bucket now. It's not just a bag; it's like the tweezer tongs with the bucket. Makes it a ton easier than like a fucking bag because the bag will get taken by the wind constantly, and it's like you got to readjust it. It's really annoying, but the bucket just makes it a lot easier, and just life's pretty good right now. So anyway, I find like this hair, these like hairballs on the ground, and like I pick it up. It's like it looks like somebody got scalped. Like that's what it looks like. Like a fucking full head of hair just laying on the ground, like woman's hair. And I nickname these patches witch's hair because it kind of fucking looks like it, right? There's like black ones, there's like brown ones, and I don't even know what it is, man. It must be just shredded up something. And then there's like this woolly shit too, right? So I pick up one of these hairballs and I'm like whipping it around. I'm trying to make him laugh, right? It's just not working, dude. Like this guy's not cracking. Nothing's working. Um, so I try that for a little bit. I'm just trying to like tell him jokes and shit. Yeah, dude, it's not working. This guy's just not having it, bro. Like he's just a straight killer. Until I found the fucking thing that made him laugh. And let me tell you, it's funny. I found a Rhino 69 pills that you get from like 7-Eleven or something, like the hidden section. These are like the pills that you would take to like, get a boner. Like it's fucking gross, but it says you're gonna be rock hard for 9 days if you take one of them. And just don't take two, bro. You're gonna be rock hard for 18 days. Yeah, you just don't want to do that. But I found it and it was so funny, and like I finally made him laugh with that. He actually laughed a lot because it was a funny thing. And then I showed my crew also, and man, it's just the funniest shit, bro. I heard that some people they actually go looking for that. Like some dudes, they'll go looking for like those in general, and like just try to find the strongest shit because it's literally like drugs. Like literally, it'll keep you awake and shit, and it's just the weirdest shit. I don't know. I don't mess with drugs. I think like people who do like drugs all the time, like I think that's a problem. I think like if you do it in moderation, like I'm not saying like the hard shit, but just like you know what I'm saying, right? Just moderation's fine. Same with drinking, moderation's fine. But it's the people who abuse it and they do it like every day. They'll run into such issues. So that's basically like what happened at work, like the one day. And then today, I went in there and they're like, all right, guys, we're going to be clearing out the middle part. And so they had to get these two big trucks to like kind of block traffic. Like they're city workers, right? So they have like this speed thing on the back of it, like don't go past this speed. And then you can only use like the right lane because we're in the middle and we're kind of like weed whacking, going forward, picking up the garbage. Like I was mainly a garbage picker that day. And so I'm kind of like looking around. I'm like looking, right? I'm picking up garbage. We're going a few buckets later. I stumble across this like cardboard box. I'm like, damn, dude, like this is a big one. It's like a whole ass fridge cardboard boxes. Like you know how big those ones are, right? They're massive. So I kind of lift up a little corner and then I'm like, oh, what the hell? It's like a white thing down there. I'm like, dude, is that a frog? Because it was wet, right? It just rained and it was pretty moist. I'm thinking, yeah, dude, that's got to be a frog in there or something, right? Dude, it wasn't. I swear, there was 20 mice in there. And you know what? The guy beside me who was like protecting me, like with the semi, he was laughing his ass off, dude. I was trying to get away from these mice because like they were running at me, and I was using my like garbage picker to like swat them away. But they they get scared and they try to like scurry all over it. And I swear these ones almost jumped up my leg. Like I was like jumping. It was like that goofy shit you see on like a cartoon. Like I was trying to get away from these rats or like the mice, and it was just ridiculous. And then after that, I would just see these things on like the metal. Like they would be running down the side of the metal railings, and like a pack of them. And like honestly, like I didn't kill any of them or anything like that because I don't want to do that. Like that's not good karma. I don't believe in that, right? I'm not going to hurt some creature like that. But I get it, like they're an invasive species and all, but that's not for me, man. I'm just picking garbage that day. I'm not an exterminator. So I kind of let them live and stuff, but later on I found the same situation. There was like a blanket and I'm like, oh God, like I already know what's gonna happen. Like it was a big blue blanket. So like I moved the blanket out of the way and like, yep, there it is. 20 more mice just jumping all over. These ones weren't as crazy as the last ones because I think they heard us coming and like we whippersnipped over them. So like they were trying to be quiet, but I like moved the blanket and they all just kind of ran. So that was it for that one. Like nothing else after that because there wasn't any big obstacle like objects on the ground to like keep things hidden. It was all just like micro trash and just like some little boxes and stuff. But yeah, that's about it for, you know, that day. That was actually today, by the way. So that happened. And yeah, now it's just like, I guess, play some Everquest and just chill out for the weekend. And this is going to be good. I plan on playing a lot of Everquest and I'll just have Everquest playing in the background. But I don't know. I just think like some games are so much better than others. Especially Everquest. Like Everquest is so important to so many people because of how fundamental it really was. It kind of designed MMOs to be the way they are. But MMOs these days, they didn't take that golden rule, the CC, you know, crowd control. They didn't use that. They wanted to please the mass majority of people instead of just like having a more complex system because you know, people back then when they played WoW, they weren't that complex. They didn't want something that was going to be too complex is what I'm trying to say. They didn't want something they couldn't play. They wanted something they could easily understand. The loot was easy. The freaking dungeons were all instanced. They could just jump in with any other friend they had and they would probably be successful, right? You didn't see like Mythic Plus and stuff like that until later on. Like you didn't see any of that because there was like one setting for a dungeon and that was it. But the cool thing about, you know, I would say classic WoW, right, was not everyone looked the same. And you had these like goofy looking characters, right? You would have some leather helmet that kind of looks stupid, like a leather chewed helmet on your character and like just rugged shit, right? But in the new games, it's always like, oh, you got this really cool thing. But like, if everything's cool, nothing's fucking cool. You get what I'm saying? And the thing is, they made transmog. They made transmog a thing. So if you're just transmogging every item, no one's looking cool anymore. Like you could literally just do anything you want and look any way you want. It's kind of boring and it kind of takes away from like, I found a really cool item. I'm going to show it off. And no, I can't change the way the item looks. That's the way it was designed, basically. That's why when you see an EverQuest, I go to that cave where everyone trades, right? I can't even remember what it's called. Sorry, guys. But you trade there and you've got guys in like fucking blue armor. You've got dudes with like green shit. And like everyone looks different. Like every single player you see there just looks completely different. And I really like that. There's something so cool about having every character. And then not everyone has the items too. So like, let's say you find and kill a really important boss and you get that drop you were looking for. There might not be too many people on the server with that same item. So that makes it so cool for you as a player to be rewarded in that way, right? But in World of Warcraft, everyone can get the same fucking item. Like, it doesn't matter. You have, like, I remember going to Molten Core and everyone looking the same. And then once you're done Molten Core, you go to Blackwing Lair and everyone looks the same again. It's the same shit. It's just boom, 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 right? Get this raid done. Okay, we all look the same. Move on to the next one. Okay, guys, we all look the same. Move on to the next one. It's boring, bro. It's so boring. Like, that's not the way my raid experience wants to be. I want my fucking guild, right, to be all different. We got cool items, but we might not ever get those cool items again, right? Because everyone's fighting for it on the server. It's not instance. There's no fucking instances. Instances wreck the game. It's for casual idiots. Like, it's so boring. Like, oh my God. After playing EverQuest, instances wreck MMOs. 100 fucking billion%. The coolest thing about old classic WoW was those fucking outdoor fucking raids. Remember those? It was the dragons, those outdoor ones, right? Where you could take 80 or 100 people just to kill it. And sometimes you'd lose still. But that was the cool thing about it. It was that classic feeling. It was that EverQuest feeling that they had in the game for a little bit. And then they got rid of it for some reason. Like, what the fuck are they doing? They got rid of that. Who remembers them getting rid of that? It's like, shame on you guys. You guys were testing out something so cool and something so vital for the game, and you guys get rid of it? Like, who complained? Who was like, oh, I don't like this. I can't do this. It's not an instance. Who's doing that, bro? Like, those were so critical. That could have been a changing point for the game, but it just didn't happen. Like, it vanished, bro. Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. There's another instance of, like, me remembering something from my childhood. It's Burning Crusade. Right when you start, you go through the portal, and you guys remember seeing those Fel Reavers? Yeah, that was cool. That is the type of shit I love. All throughout Burning Crusade, I feel like they did one thing right with Burning Crusade, was they had certain areas like Nagrand and like just other shit with those roaming kind of like titans, and it felt good. It felt really cool. Like, you have this roaming kind of like Attack on Titan fucking threat always looming, and if you kind of fuck up, it's gonna squish you. That's why you need like a full party or like a raid to take it out. I don't know, dude. Like, there's just so much wrong with so much in World of Warcraft. It's too basic and too casual. Man, I swear if they ever remake that game, they should reconsider so much and just like don't have instances anymore. Just make it an open world, 100%. But limit how many people can be on the server. Like, really limit that. Don't make it just like one server is the king of all servers. Make it good. Make it really fun. I know people just gravitate towards one server because like some streamers on there, you know, you have it, right? But I really think there could be like a lot more done with World of Warcraft in general. It just doesn't have to be as boring as it is. Like, it's kind of dead. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's dead too, but I mean, the memories of it, like growing up, I guess as a kid, I mean, I just didn't really understand like the dungeons and stuff. Like, instances, like that's the only thing I was like used to, right? Because I never played EverQuest. But I swear if I played EverQuest first and then played WoW, I would have this deep appreciation for, you know, the things that I've seen. It just matures you. I don't even know how to say it. Like, it matures you. Anyway, guys, that's my little rant on like fucking instances and EverQuest and shitty World of Warcraft, because it is shit now. I'm sorry if that offends some people, but it's pretty bad. All right, guys, take care.